Part 3. I was able to get a color on my cuboid right here. I went to the world properties over here. Material properties, I had my cube selected. Right click on this guy. And then I picked a color and it showed up. But what I can do now is, say if I want to change the color, is I can left click I to insert a keyframe right here. Then move my cuboid along. Click another color. Let's see this one. Click I, or right click I on the tablet. Get another color. You can see how it changes. All right, and then what I did was right at the end, I picked another color and I right clicked on I again to have it change. So these little yellow keyframes are significant. So there's a couple of colors I added at the beginning. All right, so it's blue here. If I wanted to change it, come back over to this color selection, make it go to pink. Oop. Make it go to pink. Right click I. Make it, should be a keyframe in my plane of my animation. So let's see if it changes colors as I do that. All right, did pretty good, except it didn't change where I wanted it to. Right about there. Excuse me. So I wanted to change it to green, say. Making that a keyframe by just clicking on, so I click green and then there was a little diamond beside it, represents a keyframe. So you can see that it was blue from the last choice, and then when it gets there it goes to green, and then as it's pushing it out, I'll do it one more time. I'm going to pick another color for when it's pushing it out. Let's go to blue again, keyframe. It's going to go to blue again. So there's a bunch of color choices that I can have as it plays, and that kind of makes it interesting. Can also do the same to the cubes if I wanted. So I made them green. All right. Just give you some ideas as to how to play around with the colors. So inserting a keyframe for that cube. Play out. I'll change the color. All right, I'm going to come back here and make that a keyframe. So hopefully, oh, it didn't stay. So I didn't do a good job of inserting the keyframe. All right, so I'd have to play around with that a little more to get that properly set up. For some reason, it's not saving my keyframe. So I'd have to go back to the start have it play, and as it changes color, insert that as a keyframe, but it's not letting me do that. But I'm going to keep on moving right now. So the one thing we did talk about is the camera, FN0. That's going to be the view. Let's play it from that view. It's pretty good. Go back to the start. If you want things to bounce, you can come over here to active body. So this cube itself, if you come down, scroll down, surface responses, you can make the bounce increase 0.9. See if that makes a difference. Left click on the screen. Moves a little more. All right. You could make them bounce too if you wanted, but I think that's pretty much set the way it is. Camera, let's see. So we're in the camera. Click out of that. There should be more options that pop up here for me than the camera, but if not, then I'm going to click on it, bring up the camera options, and increase the end. As much as we can. Okay. You can also you can play around with the perspective if you like. Panoramic, not very useful, but that's the perspective we have right here. You can still move that mouse if you want by right-clicking on the camera view. Okay, and see how it changes it. Get rid of that. At this point, we're thinking about output. Output is represented by this little looking printer thing, and we want our frames. Our end frame is going to be 140. We set that as the end frame. Changing this to 30 frames a second. Where are we saving this thing to? So that's where you would look on your desktop for a folder. I'm going to put it in new folder. Accept it. Accept. So it's going to be in the new folder. I don't know if you saw that. So down here, output, click on it again. Changes your screen. Okay, where do you want to put it? You can search on your desktop. I would definitely put it in the new folder. Accept. Accept. And we don't want it to be a PNG. We want it to be an AVI JPEG. Color is all set. Quality, okay, it could be 90%. We're just getting started with this. And then you're gonna, if you're all set, you're gonna render your animation. Now this takes a little bit. So once you get that done, you should have a file, or excuse me, an animation in that folder. Okay. So if there's glitches, we'll get over them, but that's the basic rundown of the Blender. Okay, and when you're done, it should look a lot cleaner than this because this is very digitized with the screen, but the finished animation will look a lot better. All right, that should give you a start, an idea about this Blender. Of course, it'll be helping you out as we go.